Nandi, and you're watching Consequence of Sound.
Nandi, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with Consequence of Sound.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're big fans of you. We've been covering you for a few years now, and you brought a lot of joy to our readers and to us, the writers, and we want to thank you for that.
Thanks.
And I want to congratulate you too, because Consequence of Sound is naming you our Rookie of the Year, which we only hold as a high honor for certain artists. So congratulations.
Well done.
Great. So we'll get into a few questions if you don't mind. We'll go right ahead. Before we talk about all these remarkable experiences you've had over the past few years, I wanted to ask you, how young were you when you first picked up an instrument? And like most kids, did it take some convincing by your parents to practice and to play, or is it something you enjoyed right away?
I was 5 years old when I started playing the drums, and no, I didn't need convincing because, well, I wanted the drum kit even before I saw it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
That's great. That's great. And what was the first song you remember learning on the drums, and how long did it take you to learn it or master it?
I can't remember how long it took me because it was so long ago, but the song was Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes.
Oh, well, that's a great drum track. That's a really cool song, because that's just, all that is Jack and Meg White, and she delivers a powerful drum. So that's really, really cool. And the wonderful thing about you is that you're not only a great drummer, you play guitar, you play bass, you sing, and I even saw you played some saxophone in your recent video. How difficult is it to learn multiple instruments at the same time, and how much do you practice per week on average?
Well, recently my practicing has gone down a bit because I just started high school and it's quite stressful and there's lots of homework, but I do lots and lots of music related things at school. I'm in the choir and I have saxophone and piano lessons and drama lessons and all of those music things, and I learn theory at school too, but at home I try to get up to 4 to 5 hours a week.
That's really good. That's really
but
good.
It was much more before I started high school.
Yeah, but obviously we can see that in your videos that you practice quite a bit. And last year, while the concert industry was shut down due to the pandemic, you gave us a lot of joy with your drum battle with Dave Grohl. It brought a lot of happiness to music fans while they couldn't go to concerts. And I wanted to ask you, what was that experience like for you, the actual drum battle, and what's it like knowing that you brought that much joy to music fans during that whole battle with Dave Grohl?
It's really heartwarming. It's really heartwarming that I made people happy, and jamming with Dave Grohl and having a drum battle with him was epic, awesome, legendary, and amazing.
Cool. And then you got the chance to go to Los Angeles and perform in front of a sold-out arena. You performed Everlong with Foo Fighters. What was that experience like? One, just performing in front of an entire arena, and then two, meeting Dave Grohl and the rest of the Foo Fighters.
It was so much fun. It was kind of crazy at the same time because he's my role model and I've looked up to him basically my whole life. He's really nice and so is his whole band. The Foo Fighters are really, really nice, and Taylor Hawkins he's an amazing drummer, and I can't believe that I also met him too. And it was just crazy jamming with him in front of a lot of people.
Yeah. And what was that feeling like when you're drumming and all those people are cheering? It's cool. It's very cool. I can imagine. And while you were in Los Angeles, you also had a chance to record an original song, The Children Will Rise Up, with Tom Morello and his son, Roman. And it was a really cool song. And can you talk about that experience of recording and jamming with the Morellos, and then also why it's important for you to put out a song about climate change?
Well, I actually recorded this song in March.
Oh.
So when I was at his house, we just jammed. We did it online. We actually didn't do a video call. He sent us, the Morello sent us a track, and we just finished it off.
Oh, wow.
It was really fun meeting him because I absolutely love Rage Against the Machine, and I love Tom Morello's style and his pretty solos. I wrote a song about climate change because I want to make the world a better place. That's
great. If all the young people had the same mindset as you, I think the world would have a very bright future in terms of the environment. That's really good to hear. And you know, Tom Morello, you played a Rage Against the Machine song, and then Tom Morello sent you one of his signature guitars. And then also Matt Bellamy from Muse sent you a guitar. What's it like for you when you receive a guitar from one of these musical heroes of yours? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, isn't it?
It's really special. And it's a real honor. And such a privilege, and it's an honor to be given a guitar by these amazing bands and artists.
Yeah, and the cool thing about you is you don't just put it away in a showcase and display it. You took that guitar, Morello's guitar, and you played an Audio Slave song right away. What's it like knowing that you're playing one of those artists' songs on the same guitar that he sent you?
It's kind of crazy because I never thought that I'd actually be able to play a guitar that Tom Morello sent me, and I listen to the songs all the time. Yeah, it's so cool.
Very cool. And you recently jammed with Roger Taylor of Queen. I think you know someone like me who's been a rock fan for so many years, and you know, and your father and stuff like that, who know about all these legendary musicians, and we see you and you're playing with these incredible icons of music. Do you realize how famous and popular these musicians are when you are playing with them? Because you seem very cool and very collected when you're jamming with them, or are you still amazed that you're in the same room with these musicians?
Well, I realize how legendary they are because, I mean, Queen, they're really, really big. And the fact that I got to meet the drummer from Queen, it's crazy because I know how big and amazing their music is.
Ooh. And Dad, since you're here, I ask you, how cool is it for you? I mean, obviously, these are some of your musical heroes as well. When you see your daughter jamming with them.
It's all unreal. I mean, I'm not kind of like a few years ago when we started posting videos of Nandi drumming on Instagram, we could never have imagined all of the mind-blowing, incredible things that have happened over the past few years to have happened. So for me, I have great pride in what Nandi's accomplished at such an early age, and I'm genuinely in awe most of the time when I see Nandi playing the drums, but not only playing the drums at home. Just before she went on stage with the Foo Fighters, as you can imagine, I was probably a little bit nervous for her. And I kind of knelt in front of her and I said, Nandi, we just watched the Foo Fighters. We're in LA. We've had an amazing time. You don't have to go out on stage if you don't want to, you know. Do it because you really want to do it. Don't do it for Dave, don't do it for me, don't do it for anybody else. Do it because you would. And she was like, Daddy, I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to have fun. And she got up and she went out and got up on stage, and she just had the time of her life. And you know, I've got lots of proud moments in my life, you know, getting married and having the children, and that certainly is up there with one of the proudest moments of my life. I don't know if you've watched a video of me. I was holding the camera and I was screaming like a crazy person because I just couldn't hold my emotions back. Yeah, I mean, our living room, it was never, this is our living room, right? It never used to be a music room. It was just a normal living room. And then over the years, with all of the craziness that's happened and all of the amazing experiences that we've had, you know, we've got guitars from Lenny Kravitz, and Ellen gave Nandi that bass behind us. And then she has a custom guitar that was made by Fender. We've got guitars from Matt Bellamy and Tom Morello, and her, and a drum kit from Questlove, and it goes on, and you think to yourself, she's only 11 and all of this has happened. It's crazy. I think the thing that I'm most excited about personally is that she started to write her own songs, and she's really started to get into musicianship and the theory behind it. So it's like all of these covers that she's been doing, and every cover we try and make a step forward in her abilities. It's leading to something bigger, and I you know, I really hope that everything that she's learned, she's going to apply, and she's going to create amazing music that will hopefully resonate with the youth of her age, and you know, bring rock and roll back to the masses and where it belongs, and yeah, and make a positive difference in this world. I mean, she's already making a positive difference in this world, but you know, it's going to be nice when she really becomes an artist, you know. So when you guys mentioned that you wanted to you know, give Nandi the award for Rookie of the Year, it was another mind-blowing kind of achievement for an 11-year-old who's written a few songs herself. But you know, as a parent, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all of the support Consequence of Sound have given Nandi over the years, and helping her, and you know, with the articles that you guys have written about what's happening, it's really helped every single step of the way, because you know, the more people read about Nandi and are intrigued by what she's doing, the more opportunities come. And that's, you know, as a parent, all I want, and all my wife and I want for Nandi, is to have these incredible experiences, because when Nandi gets older, she's going to have this, you know, photograph album of incredible childhood, and you know, that's wonderful, isn't it? Really, that's all you can ask for as a parent.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's our pleasure to cover Nandi's videos, and I'm not going to lie, they're some of our most popular stories we've had over the past few years. But I also wanted to ask, and the other thing, I think the reason why her music and her playing resonates so much, it's not just that it's a kid playing music. She's wonderfully skilled, but I think everybody senses the joy in her face when she smiles and she's playing. She's technically gifted, but she also has this true joy and passion, and I think that's what's resonated with our readers and with other fans across the world.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that in her from a very, very early age, and I remember like I recorded her when she was playing the drums when she was 5 years old, and she had the same smile on her face, and I was like, that's just incredible. That's just, I really want other people to experience this, what I'm experiencing, and that's why I kind of started the Instagram page for Nandi, not because I ever thought that she would end up being the musician that she has become, because I'm not a musician. I'm a software engineer by trade. I had no idea that she would go on to do the things that she's doing. So yeah, it's amazing, and I still get a feeling that this is still just the beginning as well, which is kind of incredible.
Yeah, and I had a few more questions, and you just reminded me of one, Nandi, because you're wearing a Rolling Stones t-shirt. And you did a wonderful tribute to the late Charlie Watts, who was an incredible drummer. And that tribute was amazing in that you played so many instruments, and then you used the loop machine, and it was like, how fun is it for you to just put all those instruments together and then put a song together, and using that technology, and then and also singing as well?
It was really fun to practice and play it, but it was really tricky at the same time. It took a while to get it to the speed and, you know, to get everything perfect, because there were so many instruments in there, and I had to get my singing right too. So, but it was fun.
Very cool. And I wanted to ask you, you know, your fans know you as a musician, but obviously you're a student at school. You're only 11 years old. What are some of your favorite school subjects and activities outside of music?
Outside of school, I really like photography. Yeah. Inside of school, I like music. Sports. Right now I'm playing hockey. I also like skiing. Last year I did skiing at school. Skateboarding.
Yeah.
Got a half pipe in our back garden, but it's quite rainy all the time now.
Oh yeah. Well, skateboarding and punk rock go along hand in hand. So maybe you can do a combination video one of these days where you're skateboarding and playing guitar at the same time. That's our challenge to you. But one more for you, Nandi, and I really thank you for taking some time and speaking with us. Finally, do you see yourself pursuing music as a career when you're an adult or you get older? And do you see yourself more as part of a band? How do you envision yourself in maybe 10 years or so?
I want to be doing what I'm doing now. Well, maybe not so much of covers, because I want to write more songs and create albums that are multi-Grammy winning. And being an artist, not just a Spotify artist, but an artist with photography and painting. Yeah.
Well, we look forward to everything you do in the coming years, in the coming months. And we're so happy to have your musicianship in this world, in our lives. And thank you so much. Congratulations once again for being Consequence of Sound's Rookie of the Year.
Thanks.